Hello and welcome to my Ever Messy Art Studio. My name is Keeks, and today we have a bit of an art haul. And then I thought we could play with some of the things that we got. So first, I wanted to try this Mashuti micro fine liner pens. They were really inexpensive, and I wanted to see if they could be a better alternative to, I usually use the Kuretake Millennium pens, which are like my favorite pens. I have like a ton of them, but I've been running them a lot faster than usual lately, and I don't know if it's just me being silly or if something has gone different with the quality, but I wanted to try these out and see how they were. They go all the way from microfine to really, really fine, to really, really chunky. So like, this is the smallest one. See how small that is? And then the biggest one should be kind of like a brush pen, I think. Yeah, the biggest one is this. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I can't wait to try them out and see what I think about them. And then they do have the sizes right here, and they come in way more sizes than what I have in my Millennium pens. So I'm just really curious about how those end up working out. So I'm gonna set those to the side over here. And then I found these cool rainbow pencils. These were only like $5 and they're so cool. Like, I haven't seen stuff like this since I was a kid. So like with them, their leads have different colors. So when you draw with them, you don't know what color you're gonna be drawing with. And I was watching, I think, Gel Arts, and she had drawn something with one of these and had said it was interesting trying to work with the shadows and stuff. So I definitely wanted to try something like that. So I got some rainbow pencils. I also got this brand new sketchbook, which I have already tested out a little bit. I just got it yesterday, but I'll show you some of the pages I did. I did this with some Kuretake inks, which one of them is a brand new ink that is part of this sharing with you, and then the other one's the gold, which is what I've always used, so pretty cool. And then I did this beautiful blue jay in it from a picture on Pinterest, and then this snail eating some berries. So yeah, I've already been busy in here because I already have the same size but in horizontal. So I wanted to really try that out and see if I liked it, because as you can see, I love this journal and I'm very fastly using it, and it's interesting like the wide range of things I've done to this journal. So, and these are the Royal Talons journals. I think this one was like $12.99 or something like that. Not super expensive at all. The other day on Tuesday, I believe she streams Tuesdays at 9 Central AM, Kathy Berg had this awesome book on her channel, and it's called Painting Cats by Terry Runyan, and it just looked a freaking adorable. Like, so we're definitely gonna have a day of cats, whether it's today or another day. We are doing some cat things because this looks real cute. So I'm definitely very excited about this book. I also ended up getting a book stand so that whenever I'm trying to paint something, I can look at the book over to my side. So I'm gonna show you. It looks like this. So it's pretty cool. That way I can more easier look at the things I'm trying to do while I'm doing it. And then you kind of saw in that first sketchbook, I had played around with, I had no idea that Kuretake makes a silver ink. I have always known about the gold ink because of watching Dee Dee and Janet. Their channels, they always have the gold Kuretake, so that's how I got that. I think Denise Love uses gold Kuretake too. But did you know that they make silver? I sure as heck didn't until Denise Love mentioned it, and I go, excuse me? I need me some silver Kuretake. So that's actually what I did all that in. So I think that's really pretty, and I'm tilting it so you can see the shine of it. And then this is actually a washi tape sticker that was done on a jelly plate by Devin Rexford or Yolande. she lives in Canada and she's a really sweet lady, and we like send stuff back and forth because it's fun. But yeah, I wanted to put that in here, and I think it like set the tone for how cool these pages turned out to be. And then what I want to try playing with today is we've got these other two inks here, and they're made by Ferris Wheel Press. Now, I know a lot of YouTubers are usually sponsored for them. I am not sponsored at all. I bought this with my own money. But I am very excited to try these out. So this one's called Tides of Midas, and this one's called Lost in the Leaves. So I'm just going to remove them from their boxes. Oh, why can't I get you out of the box? Oh, I see. Look at how pretty that bottle is. Ooh, did you see that splash of gold right there? I'm gonna shake it up some more, see if we can see any more of those cool gold tones. That's beautiful. I am so excited about that. And then, so that's Tides of Midas. And then the other one is this one, which this one's going to be a greenish color, like a green gold, and it's called Lost in the Leaves. I'm going to shake that up. Ooh. That's pretty. I might even get some water, and we can also like kind of swatch it with some water. But what I really want to try it with is I saw an artist, and forgive me, I don't remember who it was. It was really early in the morning one morning, and they made an entire painting out of just these like glass nibs. So I really wanted to try that. Let me see if I can get this off without breaking it. There we go. See, this is what the glass nibs look like. And I've never used anything like that before, so I thought it would be fun to try to do these with it. I don't know which one I will use first. Kind of think one of the slender ones. I think these two are probably the most slender, so yeah. But I am excited to maybe try those out and see how they work. Now, I have no idea how I'm going to store these because they are glass, like glass. But I will figure it out. I did keep the bubble wrap so that I could either use it for projects or for right now to put them back in it so I don't break them, because that would be very sad. So I think I am going to use my new Royal Talons book today, and let's have some fun with ink. And I think we're going to use it a couple of different ways. Like, I do want to test writing with the ink, but I also want to use like a watercolor brush and test it with water and see what different ways the ink and the water look like together, because I've seen other artists do that and it looks very relaxing. Like, who is it? Little Amy Arts. Yeah, she did this really cool cactus picture with just her Ferris wheel inks, and it was gorgeous. So yeah, give me a moment, which will probably just be a second for you, and I'm just gonna go get a cup of water so that I can do those experiments. Okay, I am back with the water, so that way I can, you know, kind of zhush it off with stuff. So let's start with this one. I think this is the blue one. And first, oh no, I gotta open it. There we go. Wow. Now I gotta see if I can fit one of these pens in it, because if I can, I wanted to try to write and see how that works, because this looked really pretty to do and I just hope I can figure it out. So I'm just sliding off the plastic thingy. Ooh, that looks big. I don't know, we're gonna try it. Dipping it all the way down. Oh my goodness. It's not great, but I'm doing it. Ah! Oh, and then you just turn it again another way. Very cool. All right. Let's try to actually write something with it. Like, let me... write my name. Keisha. That's pretty good. Okay. All right. Well, I think we have some that are different shapes. So that's what this shape looks like. And I'm just going to gently place that in the water. Let's try one of these fat looking ones. Like this one has a different look to it. So let's try that and see if it does something different. Okay, we got it there. Okay, so not really a difference that I'm seeing. It looks pretty similar, pretty comparable. This is really cool. Hey Mason, I'm writing with one of these glass things.
How is it?
It's pretty cool. You want to see it?
Sure.
So check it out. You dip it, and then you just kind of like wiggle it a little bit. And then you can do whatever you want with it.
That's so cool.
Isn't this cool?
I love that.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get one of these for my desk at work.
You want to try it?
Sure.
Okay, here.
Sweet. Is it already dipped?
It is already dipped. I would re-dip it just in case. I don't
Okay.
really understand how this works
Hello,
scientifically.
internet friends.
This is my husband, Mason. I love that. My husband's obsessed with fish. Anything fish related, he loves it.
Fish. That is so cool. It writes so well.
Isn't that fun?
It writes way better than I thought it would.
And check it out. This ink has a little bit of gold in it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Feel bougie when you write.
I do feel bougie when I write. Actually, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try it with watercolor.
Oh.
And I'm going to see like what it looks like when you swish the ink.
Science.
Yeah.
Bye, internet friends.
Bye. Okay. So I'm going to get a paintbrush that I don't know that I care for. These are the Hemi ones. I've never used it before. So this will be me trying this paintbrush for the first time. I'm just going to dip it in the ink. Oh. Huh. I'm not seeing the gold that I thought I would. I do see a sparkle in there. Let's add some water to it. I'm just making some colors, seeing like what different textures we can get out of it. I'm gonna keep going with it until it gets too swished out that it can't do anymore. There we go. Okay. So I think that was very informative. It's weird though. Okay, so in this one I see a bit of a sparkle. And the rest of them, I really don't. Well, I see a sparkle every now and then. But it was definitely much better with the full color. So let's try. It is beautiful color though. I will say that. I want to try this other one out. And I'm going to try them with both of the different pens. get used to it a little bit, make some similar marks, and then see what it ends up looking like. Oh, let me shake it up first. Shake it off, shake it off. Now that I'm done being Taylor Swift. Ooh, okay, okay. So we got lots of green here. So let's get our first little glass pen out, and I should probably get a towel and dry it off a little bit so that we're not impeding this with water. One second here while I rip off a little towel. This towel's kind of fun. It rips off in squares, so I don't have to waste a whole thing. I like that. Okay, so that's pretty dry now. And then we're gonna dip it. Ooh. And ooh. This time it wrote right off the bat, so I must be doing something correct. All right, let me get the other pen just to make sure and see if there's any difference between them. So I've got this one, and I'm just gonna wipe it off. That takes off any remaining whatever. I'm gonna dip it in. And it writes just as good. Very cool. So let's write my name in it again, so we can really see that lovely green black. So there's my name. This time I'm going to test how long it lasts, so I'm not going to re-dip it in yet. So we've got hello. A smiley face. I'm going to write noodle, because that is my nickname that my husband calls me. I'm his noodle, he's my bowl. And then we're gonna do the watercolor testing. So I'm gonna try to get off as much of that as I can off of my brush. There we go. And here we go. Seems the more you let it dry, the more you can suddenly see the sparkle in it, by the way. Very interesting. Let's keep wetting it and see what we end up getting here. Oh. I'm gonna do one more dip of it fully. Oh. There's the autumn color. So I wonder if I redo a dip in the other Ferris wheel one, if we get that whole zip, because look at that, just with one line, something hit right there and we could get all that color. So I'm gonna try that again. I'm gonna get off as much of the green as I can. Just don't see the gold until it starts drying. That's so interesting. Okay. But I think that's pretty good. Like, I feel like we got a pretty decent test out of that. So what I was thinking is I can dry the, woo! I just dropped my paintbrush. We can dry these off. And then maybe I can use this journal while this is drying, and we can maybe do some flowers. That would be pretty. Some blue and green flowers, and then use the gold and the silver Kuretake as like accents. I think that would be really pretty. So I'm gonna set this to the side and let it kind of dry. And then that way we can see how much of the glitter that we end up seeing in it, because I have a feeling the more dry it is, the easier it is to see. Let's see here. By the way, don't think that all of your journal pages have to be pretty. Over here, I did some intuitive art and it didn't turn into anything. And it's really quite ugly to me. But I tried something and just kind of went with whatever my hand wanted to do. So don't think today if I end up making something pretty that you can't do it, because you definitely can. You just gotta be willing to try. And if you mess up, that's okay. You're gonna learn from it. It's gonna be great. I promise. Okay, so let's do the gold and the silver stuff first. I think if we do that, we have a better chance of succeeding. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna also, do I want to do this whole thing in the glass pen, or do I want to do it with my ledger pen thing? Because I do have this as well, which you've seen me, if you've watched any of my videos, you've seen me use this several times. Janet M. Young uses it, this thing. But I never remember what it's called. But yeah, if you watch her channel, she occasionally brings it out and she'll tell you what it's called. But I think that this thing is fabulous and I love using it. So I'm giving myself a little wiggle room here, trying something new. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab one of my pens. I think I actually kind of liked this fat pen a little bit better than the other one. I don't know why, I was vibing with it. And then, oh, but this is a different type of ink, so I wonder if this is going to work. So I think that's what I ended up doing whenever I did my other one. Let's do this. For the Ferris inks, I'll use the glass pen. And for the silver and gold Kuretake, I will use the pen I'm used to using with them, because those inks are definitely a different consistency. That is like runny ink. This is thick ink. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. So let me make sure that I'm fully in frame here. There we go. And sorry if I wasn't before. I wasn't really paying attention to that, if I'm honest. But I've got my gold. And I've got my silver. And oops. And so we're gonna use those first. And what I was gonna do is make like little berries first. And then use this to do almost like an outline around it. So you'll see what I'm kind of meaning here in a minute. Oh, let's shake it first. Hold on here. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, don't do that. And I've had this for about a year now. This Kuretake ink, the gold one. The silver one I just got this week. But the gold one I've had for about a year and it still works great. And you know, if I don't feel like I use a ton of it, but it's definitely fun. Okay, so I've got my little pin in there, and see what happens is it sucks up that gold. And then I can draw with it. Like that. And when it starts running out, you'll know because it'll hardly give you anything. Maybe something like that. This might end up looking a little Christmassy. If it does, my bad. But I just think it'll be really pretty. So I'm just gonna randomly put little groups of 3. I kind of like it with that little open circle there. I think that looks really nice.
Mr. Dinosaur needs to go to your room too. All right, George.
Maybe one over here. Like that. Maybe some more over here.
Okay.
There we go. And over here.
It's about time for you to press X, not really.
There we go. And we can do over here. There we go. And I just realized it's kind of patterning a little bit, but I'm not gonna mind that, it's fine.
It's waiting on you, mister. Yep. Excuse me. I need you to not be there, please. You're not supposed to jump in like that.
Okay, I think that should be enough. And then I'm going to just kind of rinse this off in my water cup that I've got going on over here. And what I'm really trying to do is I'm really trying to make sure that that ink is no longer in between it. So all you have to do is just wipe it off and then it should be okay. And then I'm going to take my silver next. I'm going to kind of accent those berries a little bit, I think. So I'm just going to dip it in there. Just realized I forgot to shake this, so this could be interesting. Now, my silver is not a metally silver. It's more of a whitey silver. So I'm just doing like a little outline around everything. Just for a bit of fun. Gives it a different look. And it's okay if it doesn't like totally touch the circles or whatever, because we're just giving the essence of that object. So I want these to be like berries. And now you'll just see those circles. And maybe somebody will think, oh, yeah, I get it. That one dripped out a little thick, so I gotta be careful. It's because I didn't shake it. That's okay though. There we go. So we've got one more. All right. So that looks good. And then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the lids back on these two. So So let me go ahead and put the lid back on that. I'm gonna put the lid back on this one now. And then I'm gonna start with the blue. I think this is the blue, or is this the green? That looks pretty green to me. I want to start with the blue, so that would have messed me up if I would have done that. This is the blue.
I will here in a minute.
Yeah, this one's blue. Yes, this is indeed the blue. Okay. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to start with the paintbrush, I think. There we go. And I don't know what kind of flower I want to do. I'm just going to let the ink guide me. Looks like we're going with like thick flowers, which is fun. So that looks very pretty. And we'll just do that to all of them. Let me put this lid here so I don't lose it. Oh yeah. That's vibrant. I love that. That one was more practiced looking. Let's get a little bit more wild. As if some of them don't care that they're flowers. Ooh, that one got the silver in it. That's interesting. Not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. I don't want any two flowers to look the same. So that one's more tame again. Just adding a couple extra ruffles to it. Go. And luckily, the reason I'm always starting on this side over here is maybe they'll kind of look like they have the same light source in a way, because that silver keeps mixing in there and making it light up at a certain point. So that's what I'm kind of hoping is happening, but I don't know if it is or not. Okay. So then I kind of want to use the fat pen first. And we're gonna see if it's okay for us to go ahead and make some marks. And I can really see that glitter popping up now. Ooh la la, Monzetti. All right. So we've got our pen dipped here. And I'm just going to make some details. And if that blue bleeds in, I'm gonna be okay with it because it's gonna give it kind of a painterly look if we just let it naturally do what it wants. And then if it starts getting not as dark as I want, I just redip it. And go on my merry way. Maybe I want to add some lines. I can do that. The lines lines don't look as good to me now. But because I did it to all of it, it looks like it was on purpose. So it's fine. I'm gonna do more over here. I'm just gonna keep going until I have everything covered. And it's crazy because that's that same color. I'm just using it as an outline. And it's going great.
Daddy stays up the dollar bucks and then she finds it. A lot of money. Yeah, but that's inside longer.
The ink lasts a long time. So on some of these other ones, the circles are gonna probably kind of look a little weird just because it's not really matching what was there. I'm just gonna keep doing it because that's what I want it to look like. And if it doesn't work, it's okay. We'll know not to do it again next time.
It's okay, it's acceptable.
I like how more erratic those lines are, so I might keep doing them like that. See, as I'm going, I'm figuring out things I like about it.
Who comes out? Oh. Yep, here I come.
Oh, we're getting a little bit of color bleed with the silver. I like that.
Oh,
Oh. Need more ink. This looks really cool.
good.
It's okay if your hands aren't steady. Like my hand's not being steady right now at all. These are not perfect circles whatsoever. But that's fine. It looks cool. It looks different than if like an AI thing did it or something. We're being original.
That's a problem. I'm sorry.
There we go.
It is very tricky on that bit.
And I think I'm gonna do the same technique with like leaves and stuff behind here, where I first do it with the watercolor brush and then go back over and outline. I think that'll be a really cool look. I will say I am clinking this against the glass. These are not breaking, which is great. I got these on Amazon. Oh my god, speaking of Amazon, you know what's crazy? So I was originally going to get the granulating watercolors from Kuretake, right? And I have had these in my cart off and on like for a year. And I went to put them in my cart and I was like, wait a second, I only have 3 items in my cart. Why is my cart like $90?
When I walk in the door,
And it was the Kuretake ink. So like it's still 24 whatever, right?
a little green.
But the shipping on it is insane. So I wonder if that's something that's like tariff related or like how that happened. But I have never seen it that expensive before. I was like, what? It was crazy.
Buy everything on the level.
All right, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna get that paintbrush again. I'm just gonna wipe off as much ink as I can. If I don't get it all off, that's okay. I'm not a true professional, so if a little bit of glitter gets in the wrong glitter bin, we're fine. Okay, so we've got that. Now what I want to do is do some leaves. I think this will be really cool. All right, I shook it up earlier, so it should still be fine. And I'm just gonna go for it.
what Daddy does. Daddy will play for a little bit and then he'll wait and say funny. And then he gets more money. And then he goes and buys things.
I can't do this one because I did not read it one time.
That's okay.
I'm just going in here where it feels right
I did one time.
and just scribbling some ink.
It is safe.
Okay.
I'm not really overthinking it. I'm just letting my hand do what it wants.
You know what else is off?
Like here, there should be a lot of green because there's so much room.
It's a Pokemon.
So that looks pretty good, I think. And we can see some of that like beautiful colory gold going on here. I'm loving this so far. I don't know about you, but I am very much enjoying myself. I feel bougie because I'm using these awesome glass pens. The colors are happening for me. Things are going well. It doesn't look like Christmas, which was something I was worried about. We're doing fine. All right, so let's see if I can add some outlines to some of this. And kind of give it a bit of a story here. Ooh. Got some color bleeds happening. That's fun. I'm excited to see however that dries, because that could do something cool. Because I've noticed that ink acts a lot like watercolor, and that you can get these like weird shapes and stuff in there. So I think that this is going to be very fun. We're looking good.
You gotta make sure you got everything on each level. Daddy always tries to buy the things that make some money.
Do a real big one like that.
That is.
And then we're just gonna let it dry naturally, and it's gonna look great. And I'm gonna go ahead and sign my name on it. I'll do it down here. I like to do a heart in my initials. And I don't know what today's date is. I think it's like the 18th. Yeah. So we're gonna go with 01/18/26. And I absolutely love what we've done today. So not only did we make this really pretty, like beautiful page of flowers, but we also played around quite a bit. And look at how pretty these are. And it does, you can see all the different colors in it now that it's dry. So this looks great. So thank you for joining me in this little art haul and then playing with my inks. I really appreciate you, and I hope you had a good time. So thanks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.